Hope you're okay
way
with
too much
YouTube knowing about
butter.
it.
And of course, you leave away. As soon as I had put my plate down, my pussy over here was just lapping up the butter that was still on the plate.
I was just saying in my live over on TikTok that I wish that my cats would show up so I could show my pussy too. I have three and I can't get any of them.
We are not live streaming to the radio tonight because fucking hell, I'm getting sick of that goddamn radio station right now. We
Oh
are
no.
no, I tried configuring it every which way I possibly could, and it just would not go. And
Oh.
so I've got to get some assistance on that this week. And because I've had the software, I know what the plugins are supposed to look like, but like certain things will go through, certain things will not. Some certain things won't do anything at all. So we do have a radio station. It is broadcasting all of our backlog of shows 24 hours a day. You can sleep to it at night. I've done it. I've gone to sleep with Barbie in my ear and woke up with Abby in my ear and yeah.
For those times that I don't send the 5 a.m. text.
Right. Exactly. I had to do something this morning.
I
I'm
mean, I
like,
did
where?
sleep in to 6 a.m.
I'm like, where? Where the fuck is my text? Like, seriously, no. I always just assume that Abby's deceased if I don't hear from her by 5:30. So, you know.
I mean, when I woke up this morning, it felt a little bit like that because I think I had to wait at Logan for an additional like hour and a half in the like overflow pickup lot because I think all international flights that day were just like stupidly delayed. I'm assuming it's because of the weather. So yeah, I did not get home until 12:30, didn't get to sleep until 1, and then I woke up at 6. Felt like a Mack truck hit me.
I did. I turned on YouTube just to see how the chat goes, and it's so confusing to see myself doing what I did 30 seconds ago.
Right, there is definitely a bit of a lag, but we are still waiting on our guest, but we can go ahead and start the
Okay,
show.
thank you. Thank you for fixing that. It's
Yep,
driving me crazy.
it's okay. I was making sure everybody's names were set. So here we go with our intro. There it is. Okay.
I'll give you the hair tie right off of my wrist. I'll turn it up if you play Taylor Swift. I'll gas you up when you're acting unhinged. If you're done, if you're pissed, I'll help you burn down a bridge. I'm an always got time for my girls, girl. Wherever you are in the world, girl, I'll be right there when you call me up. If you need to cry or wanna get drunk, I'll be your number one hype girl. I got your back in a fight, girl. Round after round, I'm always down. There ain't no doubt I'm a girl's girl. Yeah, there ain't no doubt I'm a girl's girl. Hey. Woo! Round after round, I'm always down. There ain't no doubt I'm a girl's girl.
Good evening, everybody. I am Hurricane Sheila. We are the Hurricane Girls, and we are here coming in tonight, coming in hot. And it is Tuesday night. It is the 8th of April, and we are being joined by our guest now. I see I am so here for the pink hair. Honestly, yes. Hey, Courtney, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you all?
Doing great, doing great. I'm here with all my hurricanes here, missing a couple out on business tonight, but I have to my left Hurricane Abby, author of The Year of Dating Myself, coming out in July from Simon and Schuster. It's good to have you here tonight. And to my right, I have the salty historian, Hurricane Mary.
Hello, hello.
What's up? What's up? And to my lower left, I have Hurricane Sim, my personal therapist and everybody's little sister, big sister. So, and to my lower right, I have Hurricane Momo. What's up, girl?
Hey, my sound is working.
There you go.
Okay. Yes, always good. Live TV, live YouTube, always going to be something going on. So it's good. We're all here. Um, I have a script for this show here somewhere, and I'm not going to stick to it because we only got Courtney from Definitely Maybe for an hour tonight. I heard you're on set today.
Yes, long day, but
What are
excited to
we
be here.
what are we doing on set today? I love being on set.
Yeah, I work for Maybelline, so we were doing a product shoot and I wish I could share more, but I cannot.
Oh, okay. All right. I was gonna say the Maybelline definitely can see the vibe going on
Definitely
here. Yes.
Maybelline.
Yeah, maybe she's born with it. Maybe
Exactly.
she's a trans girl, you know. So
Yes.
who knows? So good to have you all with us here tonight. Just to let you know, we are not live on WHGR right now because um live shit is not working for me right now. Got my technicians working on it, and we will be getting the rebroadcast up as soon as possible. We are still 24/7 Hurricane Girls. Just maybe you might catch this show airing a little bit later. But we are live here on YouTube at Hurricane Girls. We are going to be on Spotify and Apple Podcast tonight, and we are going to be talking about some things here tonight about our participation with the Creator Accountability Network and a fundraiser that's coming up. So we'll get to all that. But first, we are here to introduce. I've already done it kind of again, but again, our guest Courtney Klinkert from the band Definitely Maybe. You might have heard of them from their viral TikTok hit One More Night, which which is what led me to you. Like honestly, that song led me to you, and I just heard the story behind it today. And I, heard, things about your sister and things like that that inspired you to write it. Just so you know, that song came to me when I was suicidal, and it helped. So
Thank you for sharing that.
yeah, you're doing the damn thing, and I love it. So welcome to the show. I do have we have lots of questions. Like,
Yay.
we have lots of questions about the band. We've been listening to your music a lot this week. I've been making them listen to the music. On you've seen the TikToks and everything, I'm like, no, check this song out, check that song out, check this song out. Where did the name of the band come from?
Great question. Most
Mm.
people think that it is the Oasis album called Definitely Maybe. It is not. I hadn't heard it until people started to say that to us. But I'll take it. I would great album to be named after. Love Oasis. They're back. We have a song inspired by them on our upcoming EPs, so it'll be super cool. And then the second thing most people think is the movie, like the rom-com, Definitely Maybe,
Mhm.
but we haven't seen it, so it's also not that. I
Okay.
I feel like
So
you have to earn
just
like watching it or has to be like special. But the name comes from a song actually that came out in 2003 by a band called FM Static. And the song is
okay.
actually called Definitely Maybe. And that band was very much an inspiration to me growing up. I was a youth group kid. I grew up very conservative Christians. This was one of those like not a Christian band, but Christian guys that make regular music. And so it was like one of the few things I was allowed to listen to. And they hold up to this day. It rips. So that was my favorite song by them. And I just fell in love with the name and the idea. So that's where it came from.
Nice, nice. Yeah, shared background here a little bit. I was a pastor's kid. I
Oh yeah.
was a pastor and myself, and now I'm not. It didn't take, but yeah, that's a it's funny how because I look at your music as kind of like there's a term out there called trauma core,
Hmm.
which is it's a little bit it seems to fit your music style just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'm not super far off base. I'm
No, I'll take it.
glad
I'll
to
take
hear.
it. Yeah, it definitely resonates with a lot of the messaging.
Obviously, you're the front of the band. You're the pink hair, thrashing about, throwing your hair everywhere. But who else is in the band there with you?
Yeah, so it's just me and my husband Sawyer. He plays the bass and he does a lot of the production for us. So it's just the two of us in the band as definitely maybe. But our favorite thing in the entire universe is collaborating with people. So we're constantly working with different producers, different mix engineers, we're from Chicago, so a lot of the local musicians in the scene we work with. So on this upcoming project that we're releasing soon. We've got people from a band called When the Sun Sets, people from a band called Risk, a band called Hard Reset, just a lot of collaboration going on, a lot of love in the Chicago music scene. So just the two of us and definitely maybe, but we've got a whole squad. As you know, it takes a village to, do anything.
For
So we're
sure.
so grateful for our peeps.
Well, what I'd like to do is for those people who've been living under a rock or don't get on TikTok, Abby, or haven't seen haven't heard your music yet, I'd like to kind of play a sample for it. But your
Oh
newest
yeah.
single, yeah, your newest single, Kill on Sight, right?
Yeah.
Can you kind of like introduce that to us? I'm gonna play the video and then I'm gonna have you, well, I'd like to have you introduce that to us and tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. So a lot of what I write about is these things in life that you're just expected to get over and you never really can get over them. But at a certain point, it's exhausting and frustrating to not be over it. So that's a similar theme with this song, Kill on Sight. And it's about when a relationship, be it a friend or a family member or a romantic partner, when it comes to an end, and there's a lot of anger there, and you just hope you never see them again because it's just easier and better that way. And so imagining, Chicago can be a small city. And so this was just me thinking about, real relationships in my life that have come to an end. And God, like what would happen if I ran into them? If I got on the same train car as them, if they were at the same bar, we all like the same music. So what if we end up at the same show, which has happened to me? So it's like those thoughts of like, I swear, if I see this person, like I'm gonna go insane. So that's what the song's about.
I hear that. I can actually really identify with that right about now, as
Oh
someone
yeah.
doesn't know. But yeah, this video I'm about to play now is "Kill on Sight" by our guest Courtney Klinkert, and definitely maybe.
Whee!
You're deader than dead to me, buried deeper than 6 feet. With all of the memories, haven't thought about you in weeks. Then someone brings you up at the party, and I'm like, they start to say sorry, but it's all good. Like I mean, hardly affects me these days. Honestly, just try me. Swear to God, show your face tonight. Say my name, look my way, and not just mine. Take it down, no escape this time. Say goodbye, kill on sight. Say you've got no regrets, well I've got a few. Most of those being everything I did with you. Everything I did with you. Wish I could take it all. And forth we go, straight to hell, your turn limbo. How low can we go? That game got so damn old. Honestly, just try me. Swear to God, show your face tonight. Say my name, look my way, and not just mine. Take it down, no escape this time. Say goodbye, kill on sight. Swear to God, show your face tonight. Say my name, look my way, and not just mine. Take it down, no escape this time. Say goodbye, kill on sight. Lies like the devil from lips of an angel. Said you'd get better, but nothing got better. Heartbeat pounding in my head like the footsteps when you left. You made me hate myself, and if I see you again, swear to God, show your face tonight. Say my name, look my way, and not just mine. Take it down, no escape this time. Say goodbye, kill on sight. Swear to God, show your face tonight. Say my name, look
Yeah, that's energy right there. I was trying to restrain myself because I have headphones on and thrashing my head about it's not going to turn out really well. But God, I love that song. Like that's
I was about to undo this bun and just be like,
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks so much.
yeah, I think a lot of us have gone through a lot of frustrating times like that with people who have just been absolute shits.
Oh yeah.
And the whole just the whole vibe, it's like, no, I swear to God, you better not show up tonight. I think that we can all sort of identify with that, and I love it. I
Hmm.
love the energy, I love the passion, but there is a whole hell of a lot of 90s and aughts influence in that there. I think that's the throwback a little bit.
Definitely.
Yeah. Ladies, y'all have the floor too. Feel free to jump in and let's talk about this music.
Well, I'd love to hear more about like speaking of those influences, what have been some of the big bands that have driven you forward as a musician?
Oh, great question. Definitely when I was younger, those bands like FM Static that were named after, but those Christian dudes who make regular music, like Switchfoot and Hawk Nelson, Reliant K, like the early 2000s kind of Christian pop punk sphere, huge because that was mostly what we were allowed to listen to. Growing up, I actually wasn't allowed to listen to headphones. So I didn't listen to much
Damn.
music until I know
Mhm.
until like high school. It was like a little bit middle school. But I'm one of seven kids, so I also like was able to listen to my older siblings' music. They were the sneaky ones that would have the headphones, listen to the pop radio that we weren't supposed to. So a lot of stuff from them as well. My older siblings introduced me to 30 Seconds to Mars, Paramore, Evanescence, huge for me. So all those kind of classics. But other than that, I really didn't start listening to new music until 2020. So anything
Okay.
after that is like new inspiration and obsessed with finding new music now. But kind of the core classics for the youth group kid, the Reliant K's, the Hawk
Mhm.
Nelsons, Evanescence, Paramore, of course, 30 Seconds to Mars was huge for me.
Well, there is a little bit of Amy Lee meets Haley from Paramore
Oh
in
yeah.
that too. It's like because there's definitely that bouncy playfulness, but like with the Amy Lee's, you got a deep tone to your voice because like it's I don't know if everybody knows it until they hear the stripped version of One More Night
Hmm.
because that was the first thing I heard was the stripped version. I would know you were
Oh wow.
all of this, I thought I like here's this really hard hitting ballad and then I'm like, what the fuck? Wait a minute. No, it's a whole like it's a whole bop. It's like and it sort of sneaks around and sort of catches you by surprise, I think, because you're not expecting those lyrics out of you. But like that's like the themes here. What made you focus so much on the kind of themes that you do?
Yeah. For better or worse, I feel like I didn't have a choice, but everyone has a choice. So life happens to you, but you also happen to life. So it's a product of, my experiences, things that have happened to me, things that I've done, and also just a choice to sing about it, in a way that feels good to me and feels healing to me.
Mhm.
So in 2020, my older sister took her own life, in July during the pandemic. And I actually hadn't seen her since October 2019.
Mhm.
She struggled with addiction, battled a lot over the years, and struggled with mental health, mental illness. She was bipolar, and so it was quite a journey for our family. She was diagnosed at 27, which, seems late, but that's actually, quite lucky to lucky to catch it that early. It's a very complicated disease, and so after just a long, arduous journey, had cut communication with her actually in October 2019, got married in November. She was not there. Pandemic hit, hadn't seen her, wasn't able to. My birthday was June 30th, and then July 8th, got the phone call in the afternoon while I was working from home. And so just a total blindside. She was the singer actually, and everyone thought she'd be famous. Everyone was like pushing her to be on American Idol, whatever. I would have never, I would have laughed my ass off in 2020 if you were like, yeah, you're gonna sing in a band. Like the band was nowhere, nothing, not even a thought in 2020. I was not singing, I was not writing. I was not doing much of anything after that news, just like trying to keep my head above water. And so it's just writing about the feeling of that and like how do you continue on. And I struggled with suicidal ideation for a while, since college actually, but it sort of felt like at that moment it was like, well, shit, like my sister got there first, so that's off the table for me. I kind of had to figure out like, okay, what do I do now? Like,
Can't
not to
follow the
like
trends.
right. I'm like, well, all right, damn, Jess, like, bye, but I guess you got there before me. And so just a lot of like how it felt to heal through that. And didn't even write that song until a few years later. It took a long time of, a lot of therapy and a lot of medication, antidepressants definitely saved my ass. My husband, of course, and finding definitely maybe and being able to write music and stuff. But truly, I didn't really have an agenda when I wrote it. Um, I hardly ever do. I was just writing.
Mhm.
No clue that anyone else felt the same way. I think the other people in the band at that time, like, were just like, okay, yeah, I totally see this in you because I've been watching you through this journey, but they didn't really relate. And so just the fact that other people were like, wait, holy shit, like, did I write this was such a surprise to me and such like a wow, like we truly are all just humaning together and trying our best.
Truly. And
Yeah,
I
so it was
think we
like,
could all, a lot of us can identify with that. I've got a psychology degree. We've got a couple of
hell
practicing
yeah.
therapists in here.
Love
So
that.
yeah, we're definitely mentally health conscious here. Um, but yeah, I mean, honestly, when I look at you, you're all like, yes, I'm married. I've got 7 siblings and all that. You look like you just graduated high school.
Yay. No, I did not. It's my dirty 30 this year on June 30th.
Oh my
Birthday.
gosh.
I know.
Unbelievable. Yes, Mary's over there shaking her head like jealous. What's going on?
Hey, I'm
I'm
33.
turning
It's fun over
49 in
here.
just a couple weeks. I'm turning 49
Ooh.
in just a few weeks, okay?
Yeah, I don't believe that either. We all look young.
No, listen, I have met this one in person. She does not look like it at all.
Yeah.
We're the same age, so
Well, her fine
yeah.
self.
Yeah.
Sheila's fucking hot. I'm a hot mess.
I mean,
You can be both. You can be both.
it's two
Oh
things can
yeah.
be true at the same
I was
time.
about to say this is a group of hot messes.
I think so. Yes. Hot
Yes.
messes. It's
Aligned.
just why we
I'm just a mess.
gravitate.
It's okay.
We ain't
I
we
own
ain't
it.
hot we ain't hot messes. We fine as hell. I said what I said.
Yes. Oh
Okay.
God. But that yeah, no, that's that I Morgan, if you say it, I'm manifesting it into the universe with you. Hot messes. Hot whatever.
The only hot I'm gonna accept is hot girl shit. That's it.
Okay.
Hey.
I'll take it.
We are coming up on our hot girl summers. We're still doing those, right?
I
Yeah.
don't know
Hell yeah.
because this world is weird right now. I don't know
I'm
what's
52.
happening.
My hot girl summers are way behind me. I'm done.
You can
Mm-mm.
still have a hot girl summer. I'm about to get me a fan and two-step while the country's burning.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
But I did just
It's
I wanted to take a second and I see, it takes a lot of strength to go through what you've been through and losing
Mhm.
someone and finding that path for you that works. As a therapist, I always recommend to patients that they don't just do medication or therapy, that it works best together. And so, you're doing that and then you're channeling that energy through these coping mechanisms that are fabulous. And I always say, I think in most every podcast that I have that we talk about music, for when I worked with adolescents for 15 years, it's not an exaggeration to say probably 98% of them would always identify music as a coping mechanism, and that's their go-to to listen to something that's relatable, that's understandable, that they can connect to. And, songs like that where you're, channeling that grief and those feelings into that, they make a huge difference. And it's just I'm glad to know that there's artists like you out there that are kind of uh living as best as they can, through that, because it does change your life, irrevocably. But you're still making beautiful things from it, and that's it's just great to see.
Mhm.
Thank you. Yeah, that reminds me of what you said about adolescence and loving music and relating and using it as coping. When I finally got an iPod for my birthday, that my best friend's parents got me on the DL because I wasn't supposed to have one. Loaded my older siblings' iTunes onto them, and I became obsessed with this song by Evanescence called Lithium.
Oh yeah.
And
Awesome
I
song.
was
Love
like
it.
12. Yeah, I'm like 12. I have no idea what it means. I'm too scared to Google it, but all I know is like I put that song on in my room and I am feeling things.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what she's singing about, but I can feel what she's singing about.
Right.
And
Yes.
that song was just on repeat, and I remember I would look out my window all dramatic, but I would cry, and I didn't even know what the song was about, but I just felt it. And I
Mm.
think that was some of the moments where I was realizing just how powerful music was. And I'm such like a words girl. I love words and lyrics. It's like my thing. And so it's awesome to like also just see where people are like, it's not my words anymore. Like it can mean something so different to someone else. And I think that's also amazing.
Yeah, my kid's down in the YouTube comments right now going, Evanescence. Yes, she's 13 and she fucking loves Amy Lee. And
Hell yes.
yeah, I'm just
Evanescence
like,
is
yeah,
amazing. Yeah,
yeah.
and Amy
So
Lee, the duet that Amy Lee did with Seether,
Oh my God,
they
yes.
did
classic.
Broken. Oh
Uh,
my gosh.
I have an
I,
even better one than that, though, that I like even more is the duet she did with Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm when she did
Oh,
uh,
Break In. If you haven't heard that yet, finish the show and then go
lovely.
listen to it afterward. You can see it on YouTube. I mean, it's she's so good. Like she's got such like if melody could be personified in one
Mhm.
person, just the fact that she made that Seether song too, though, like
mm,
she just comes like you got the Seether guys, like basic generic Christian rock type guy, in my
Right,
opinion. But
right.
then she comes around and Amy Lee came from the Christian rock genre too.
Mhm.
Like, as I remember her performing with Big Dismal back in the days, and nobody knows who the fuck that is. I know, because that's the shit I had to listen to, just like you. It's like no, but yeah, when she would come in with these guest vocals on these Christian bands, and you're like,
mm.
the hell? Who the hell is that? And then the first album came out, Fallen. Yeah, no, there was no denying that voice. And
Oddly enough, too, that's exactly what my sister sounded like. Like I mentioned, she was a
really.
singer, and everyone compared her to Amy Lee. And so at church camps, we would sing all the Evanescence songs as like the special number that was not a worship song. It was like the special, what's it called, secular song. And they
Mm.
always put her on the Evanescence ones, which was amazing. So when I listen to Evanescence now, like that's what I hear is my sister.
I'm hearing a little Avril Lavigne in you too, though, because
Ooh,
yeah, you got a little pop punk in you.
we love Avril. Love.
Yeah, and the hair is not dissuading me from that either, because
Definitely not.
yeah, pink was my hair color before I went red, and so I'm vibing right now off of this here. But yeah, no, it's you pull it off so well. And there's this move you do in your videos or in your TikTok videos anywhere where you take your hair and just yank it to the front of your head. It's like this whole thing. Like I'm like, it's not a headband, but it's just like you just fling your hair. And I'm like, that's gotta be a superpower.
It feels good. It just feels
It
good.
it does. It's expressive, and then thrashing it around like you're good, like it's literally gonna be a weapon at some point.
Yes. Love that.
Yeah. So I mean, you're dealing with these sounds, you're dealing with your upbringing. For me, upbringing was considerably difficult coming up as a Christian youth. Because I did believe in it all, but I couldn't believe in that and believe in who I am.
Yeah.
So it kind of led me into a very big moral and spiritual quandary trying to figure out how do I how do I reconcile being transgender with being a believer? And turns out I didn't. Turns out I picked one. I had to pick the one that seemed the most authentic, but and they let me be a witch, so I'm okay with where I ended up. And Morgan is just over there, just dying about it now. I could tell. Just tried to bring me back to the light. Yeah, I mean, just dealing with
I
all
think
that, and like
Morgan's outnumbered here.
really,
Uh,
honestly, yeah,
I'm
you're
just chilling.
you're surrounded by witches.
That's fine. I'm chilling. Supernova. Boom.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's tough growing up in the church and then you grow up in real life and what you're living, like what you see out in the world isn't matching with what you've been told your whole life and you're trying to fit these things together and you're realizing like some of these things they just don't fit.
They
Like this
don't.
doesn't
No.
work.
And if you have to be able to question that. I don't know
Yeah.
which particular denomination you grew up in, but I was Church of Christ, so we didn't even get to have the skillet and the Amy Grants and everything because we couldn't have music with our stuff, which is fucking bullshit, by the way.
Wow.
How can you have singing without music? No, you can't. But yeah, just finally reconciling all that. But like when Sim talks about music being therapy, uh, listening to music was definitely therapy for me. It got me through my divorce. It got me through suicide. It got me through all that. But performing music, it's got to be something beyond that as far as therapy. I mean, I've only got one song on Spotify right now, and that was
What?
simply by fucking around with GarageBand and coming up with something I liked. But
That's how it
you
goes.
know, but like creating, like, do you ever just like really find yourself just dry on those creative juices? Like, oh my God, I can't think of the next fucking lyric. That's
Yes.
that's a no. I'm gonna just take that as a no.
I'm one of those people who always has something to say, and I type like a million miles a minute. So I just am always like, I'll hear the barista at the coffee shop say something, and I'm like, that shit is bars. Like I'm writing that down. Like my notes app is so full that it like crashes. It's like I always have something to say, but what I do find dries up is almost the like willingness to say it or like what I'll start to do is question what I'm bringing to the table and like if we're trying to come up with a line for a song in the studio and we're stuck, that's when the insecurity starts to creep in of like, well, maybe I'll just let like the producer pick the line or like, oh, I can't say this because it's too dumb or it's like too out there, or it's too mean or it's too specific. Like that's kind of, so I feel like I always have some things that I want to say, but I struggle with
Mhm.
knowing that it's like the right thing for that time and just being like willing to I know like Chapel Roan says this all the time but like to be an artist especially today like you have to be willing to be cringe and that's
Mhm.
like where the tough parts start to creep in is like oh but is it so cringe if I say that like is it too rhymey is it too this is it too that like there's just so many things that it's like maybe it's not that I don't know what to say but it's that I just won't let myself say the things I actually think would fit.
I
According to
could
my
see.
kids, I am intensely cringe. So if you need any advice, just let me know.
You can be the litmus test for cringe.
Oh, yeah, totally. If I think it's cool, you're in trouble.
Hey.
I just like I get that too. Is you got this thought here, but it's not working technically. Like for me, when I'm trying to write lyrics and trying to write a song or something like that, I have this profound thought, but I'm like, what rhymes with Farfignugan? You know? Like how do I make this, like how do I make this work? I don't ask me why I'm writing songs about Volkswagens. I don't fucking know. I just had a good thought.
That's where the money's at. You write that Volkswagen song.
Oh my God. Just trying to get it to work technically because I've got this whole set of like I got the verses, I've got the hook, but it's just gelling in that one little part, and I'm like
Hmm.
basically taking my computer mouse and my pencil and throwing it across the room and saying, "Fuck
Yeah.
this song." That's
Been
been
there.
me more than often. That was me with the radio station here tonight, trying to get that fucker to work tonight, and then just it was like no, because we just recently left our old radio station,
Hmm.
went out on our own, just and decided to set up. I decided they didn't really have anything to do with influencing my decision. I just wanted to do it for them, just getting our own radio station going out and having to get all that stuff together, the technical stuff. It just is sometimes you do a lot of music videos too, so. But I take it that your husband is the biggest part of that production, right?
Yeah, he does a lot of the heavy lifting for the technical stuff, but we met in film school, so we both sort of have
Okay.
that background. And for a couple of our early music videos, I took on the editing and we had some friends shoot. For this one, Sawyer definitely did the heavy lifting because I have this new job with Maybelline in New York, so I'm busy at my 9 to 5, unfortunately. But yeah, he
Just
definitely
that little job at that little factory or that little
tiny little
cosmetic company.
brand.
Right. Like I noticed you ride the L a lot in your videos. Yeah.
Yeah, we're from Chicago. We moved to New York City in December. So I'm on the metro a lot these days, but was on the L all the time, commuting to my previous job. We're just like city junkies. We love major cities and public transit. And the coolest part of moving to New York so far is that we don't have any cars anymore. No cars, bye bye. So we're obsessed with
I
that
love that.
lifestyle. Yeah, it's wild.
Morgan, you seem excited.
No, I'm just shocked, but I'm from the South, so I gotta have my baby. I
Yeah.
gotta be cruising down somebody's street.
I
Uh,
know. I do miss listening to music in the car. There's something about music and being in the car that's just different that you can't get with your headphones on the subway. So that I do miss. And like we went on tour last year and my husband and I just love driving. Driving, listening to music, listening to podcasts. So I do miss driving, but I don't miss owning a car and having to worry about it. That I do not miss.
mm.
Yeah.
I didn't have to have one living. The biggest city I ever lived in was Wuhan, China, and there's the subways were everywhere. You didn't have to do anything, as far as driving or stuff. I like being able to play a Switch on the subway. Like, no, I can play
Excited
Skyrim
for the
while I'm
Switch
going
2.
somewhere. Yeah.
Switch 2 coming soon.
Yes. New Zelda game coming soon.
Yes, all the
Yeah.
time. I'm so excited.
So are you a gamer girl?
I wish I could say that. I feel like I'm a fake gamer girl because I still haven't tried. I'm afraid of open world games, transparently. I have to be able to win and it has to end. Like it has to be over. So I'm a big Mario girl. Like I'm playing Mario Brothership. I did Mario
Yes.
Odyssey, Mario Party, Mario Kart. I'll kick your
Oh
ass.
my
I have
God.
nothing to say.
Hmm.
But that's like my thing. And I mean, I play all the time. So like I would consider myself a gamer, but not like the cool kind that plays the cool games.
That is so funny because literally as we were talking and when she asked, "Are you a gamer?" This was me. Dun, 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 dun,
Exactly.
dun, dun, because that's what I was picking up, and I'm like, and he like, yeah, oh my God.
It's a whole thing. I wish I used to work at an agency and we had a video game client that was like basically a link tree, but for your gamer tag on different
Mhm.
platforms, which was awesome. So I got this like crash course in like Twitch culture and the whole TikTok subset and like the Reddit threads, and it's just this whole amazing, beautiful world with all these video games. And I'm like very much on the cusp. On
Yeah, give me Carmen San Diego and see what I do.
Yeah, give me a good Mario Party and we'll call it.
Greg
Yeah.
in the comments said that is actually you are his kind of gamer then,
Hey,
because yeah, Definitely. And my daughter Hermione's still looking down there and said she just has to say, "You're so cool, Courtney." Yes. So you have the Gen Alpha, Gen Z audience here.
Let's
Um,
go.
there was one question though that I thought was kind of cool, asked by Jay Thomas in the chat. It says, "Have you ever written a song? What's the weirdest thought you've had that's become a song?"
Oh man. Weirdest thought I've had that's become a song. There's probably a couple. Um, there's a song that's out called One Thing that's from our very first EP. It's very early Paramore-esque. One of the first songs we ever made, and I wrote it super hungover in the very front row at church. And so
Yes.
the original chorus was hungover at church, nobody's perfect, don't know what's worse or even what's worth it. It was like this whole thing. We ended up changing the whole chorus. But the hungover at church thing I thought was pretty fun and it was very real to me in that moment.
Right.
Um, and I feel like there's better ones. That one's like kind of boring. Oh, I guess I can t talk about this.
Sure.
We were in Nashville this past December writing a few songs with our friend Dan Swank. He plays with All Time Low. He's like their auxiliary guy. He's super awesome. He's an amazing producer, does like Taylor Acorn, Arrows in Action.
Oh my gosh, I love her.
Yeah, super, super cool. And we did 4 songs with him, and we really wanted to make like a fun, edgy, like Kesha meets rock and roll type vibe. There's this artist, if you haven't heard of her, her name is Upsahl, Upsahl. And like she was the vibe. She was the inspo. She's like total badass. She has a song called Monica Lewinsky. That's the hook is I'm gonna
Awesome.
make history. Stunner like Monica Lewinsky. It's like this awesome song. And so I was scrolling through my notes and like, what should this song be? And I found this line that I had written that just said happy, horny, depressed. And that was just like how I felt that day. And so that is the song. It's called Happy, Horny, Depressed. And I must say, Morgenstein it rips. It's hilarious, but it's like so real. And so I don't know if we're actually gonna call it that, but that's the hook. It is happy, horny, and depressed, human nature at its finest.
Is this on Spotify anywhere?
Not yet, but it
Oh
Oh
will
my
my
be.
God.
God.
It like
I'll
I
send it
I
to you though.
need that.
Don't share it, but I'll send it to you.
Okay, I'll keep it to myself, but I have to hear it. Gosh.
It's hilarious. It
Yes.
started as a song called Short Fuse, and the first line was, I got a long list, but a short fuse. And so it's just this like angry, but like sassy. It's fun.
Okay. I'm gonna be looking for that. Because
Happy,
I
horny,
literally have
depressed.
I literally have saved and favorited every single song that you have on Spotify. When I tell you that when you answered me
Oh,
on your TikTok comments, I was like, because I fangirl big
Me too.
time. Mary
1,000%.
is over here like looking at me like, oh my God, Sheila's fangirling today. Yes,
I
because
have
I
no idea what
do.
you're talking about. I don't fangirl. Are you kidding me? I didn't fangirl over you at all. Not even
My
a
God, I'm
little.
the worst fangirl. I cry. That's what happens to me when meet someone I like really I cry.
Who would be the one that would make
Oh.
you cry?
I mean, recently, and it's so embarrassing because I'm like literally a 30-year-old woman, but we played Summerfest, and
Mhm.
the headliner that night was Jaden Hossler, JXDN, and he's like 23, he's like a little baby, and he was this TikToker, but now he makes music, and he used to date Nessa Barrett, who writes a lot of like darker themes, beautiful, beautiful music, but just have been obsessed with them. And then both of them lost a friend to drug overdose, and they weren't quite sure, like, is this suicide? Was it an accident? Their friend
Mm.
passed away in a mall parking lot, like super tragic, 20, like just a kid, so young. And Jaden wrote these 2 songs called 28 for Cooper, because he was born on June 28th and his name is Cooper. And those songs came out while I was working through the loss of my sister. And so quite a different situation, but he just wrote what I was feeling in a way that I could have never. And like that soon after. And like it was just the most beautiful two songs. And I couldn't listen to anything but those two songs for a while. And so I just had I'm a big like I prepare a lot for things. And so like I'll just say like, okay, if I ever meet Jaden Hossler, like I have to know what I'm gonna say because I gotta be dialed. It's like I had my speech prepped, never thought it would happen. But he was headlining at Summerfest and we were on at noon. So I'm like, no way this kid's gonna be there that early. He's probably getting lit somewhere with his friends, like doing whatever his young kids do that are rock stars. But he was there at Summerfest. He watched almost our whole set side stage. He like came to find us afterwards just to tell us that he thought it was awesome. And so I stood there and I was like, wait, Jaden, like, wait. I've had this whole thing rehearsed for you. Let me try. It's not going to come out right, but like let me try. And I had to tell him about my sister and his songs and how grateful I was that like he wrote it and I was just like losing it and just like hugged him and it like meant the world to me, but I can't even watch the video of him watching us without crying. Like that's
Oh
how much
wow.
I fangirl so hard even over like these young artists. They're just so amazing and he was like the sweetest kid and just so unexpectedly kind and sort of just have that full circle. Like those two songs meant so much to me, and to be able to tell him that face to face and like hear what it was like for him to write it, it was just like it was almost too much. I'm like getting goosebumps talking about it. It was wild.
I think for me right now, at least at this moment in time, Taylor, you mentioned Taylor Acorn earlier, and I stand
Hmm.
so fucking hard for her. And I have actually talked to her publicist about being on here, but
I'll
we
put in
gotta
a good
get
word.
we gotta get more number. Oh, ooh, yes. No, I'm a huge fan of hers. And like I don't know. I mean, I'm a lot of us probably have these idols and stuff. I don't know, Abby, I don't know, Morgan, who yours would be. Um, if Abby, if you don't say Guster right now, though, honestly, I'm
I
not gonna
mean,
believe it.
yeah, I mean, the answer would be Custer.
Who's
Uh,
that?
They are a wonderful like folk rock band. They were really big in the late 90s and early 2000s and into the early 2010s. And basically, if you went either lived in the Boston area or went to school in the Boston area anytime, you definitely learned about them. I think Satellite is their biggest like mainstream hit, and like
Okay.
Amsterdam and like close second. But yeah, they're a fun kooky band. They're amazing to watch live.
Love that. Okay.
my one thing I like to ask artists because I've heard this question asked, what's the song that you've heard, not that's not one of your songs, that you've heard it and you're thinking and you think to yourself, damn, I wish I had written that song.
Oh, so many. Mostly every song that I didn't write. Oh, God, so many. I feel like I have such a good answer for this too. It it depends. Like when I heard those songs that Jaden Hossler wrote, 28 songs for Cooper, I wished I could
Mhm.
have been that vulnerable and open and like raw and just like poetic. For me, it's always the songs that say what they need to say without being so obvious about it. Like I'm very literal. And so any
Mhm.
song that can be like covered in metaphor, like Tourniquet by Evanescence, like damn,
Oh, yes.
deep cut. And like I would write that in such a more literal sense, whereas she can take this like amazing metaphor and like beautifully drape these imagery, like this imagery over it and everything. Like any song that is just very metaphorical is something I wish that I wrote.
Are y'all on tour now?
I
Like,
wish.
is that happening?
I wish we went on tour last year. Actually,
Okay.
time for a month. We went out on the road with a band called 408 and a band called Telltale, and then there were a few others that were
Okay.
Grey Wind. If you haven't heard of them, Irish emo, they're sick. But we are absolutely hoping. We just signed to a record label, which we haven't like formally announced and won't, but got some
Mhm.
big plans. So the goal is to get on tour this year.
That must have been what I saw on your website because I was like, are you going to be in Cleveland? Like for real, for real? Because
I was
yeah,
Mahals. sick. So fun.
Mm.
I want
I
to go back.
do want to catch you there when I'm in Toledo, so nobody comes to fucking Toledo, Ohio. Nobody but like CNC Music Factory comes here.
Yeah, we did
Ah,
Columbus and Cleveland, and Columbus went hard. I was shocked. I'd never
Mhm.
been to Ohio. Lie. I had been to Canton, Ohio once for a random thing.
Yeah.
But Columbus and Cleveland, so much fun. The scene is like so
Oh
amazing there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I was shocked.
Columbus has definitely got a great scene there, I think. And of course Cleveland, home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Kidding me? You know,
Mhm.
of course. Toledo, we
MGK.
have hot dogs here in Toledo. Hot dogs and we make glass.
Chicagoans love hot dogs, so
And
that's great.
oh, we also invented Etch a Sketches. So
Casual.
yeah, as Ohio will do.
Is
So
there a museum?
no, of course, because we're way too lame to have that. No,
No, I just sketch museum one day.
no. And you'd think they'd at least have a gallery with a whole bunch of Etch a Sketch art, but probably somebody
Yeah.
came by and just shook it.
Or
So
like world's first or world's biggest or something.
oh my God. Yeah. No, yeah. World's biggest Etch a Sketch on the interstate. Like have it, but like as a billboard or some shit. Like I don't know, that would be great, but no. No, instead you have if you want to see some fucking fancy shit, you have to drive up towards Mary there so you can see all the weed billboards on the way
oh
Hey,
yeah.
from out of Ohio into
We have
Michigan.
we have drive-through now. Like I grew up terrified of being caught. Now we just go and like pick off the shelf. I want to try that one. What's your
My weed
recommendation?
dealer texts me. Like, what the fuck? Why am I get texted like, "Hey, 25% off if you come in this weekend," you know.
times have changed. Times have changed.
Is there a Groupon for
Really.
that? Like,
Yep.
Probably.
I'm
Right?
so dead.
If they DoorDash that shit, I'm
Oh, they
set.
do.
In
There's
California, they
delivery.
do. It's coming. Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
coming.
We
gosh.
have delivery.
I'm so dead. 25% off. So we just crazy work.
Girl, you live in Texas. That ain't coming to you for a while.
Hey, it don't stop these fools. You hear me? People still growing out their backyard. It ain't stopping nothing.
Oh no, it's never gonna stop them, but you're just not gonna be able to just stroll into the dispensary and be like, here's 20.
Well, you know what? We don't have a dispensary, but we do have CBD stores. Like it's a bunch of them all around my neck of
PG.
the woods.
Right, we just made it legal in Ohio, so we're starting to get a lot of Ohio stores. Yeah, so
Oh,
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
yeah.
Baby, y'all ain't wasted no time. Baby, they said
No.
smoke weed
Yeah,
every day.
y'all can say
I
what you
saw.
want to about Ohio, but we real quick made weed legal and abortion, put that in the
Yeah.
Constitution. So we don't always vote the way our couch fucker vice president votes. So
meanwhile, the
Well,
live free or die
at least,
state still illegal.
at least you ain't got Hot Wheels.
no, not Hot Wheels.
Mm-hmm. I said
Oh my
it, I
God.
said it, I said it, and we gonna keep saying it. You know that fool actually, I heard he got that on the back of his license plate on his car. So at this point, everybody needs to just go ahead and stop crying.
Oh my God. Poor Greg Abbott. I feel so sorry for him.
Hot Wheels and Lieutenant Dan will be all right.
I feel so sorry for him. My eyelash is coming off here. This is going to annoy me the rest of the night
That's
here.
the
Yeah, that's what
worst.
happens when you lie. That's what happens when you fucking lie, Sheila.
Listen,
I
You
know
lose your
my
eyelash.
lashes.
I resemble
Like,
both of those remarks being Hot Wheels and Lieutenant Dan because I only got, one leg and I'm a wheelchair user. So watch what you say.
Sorry, Sim. That's directed to him, I promise.
oh my gosh. Yes, we are very fortunate to have our Hot Wheels therapist over here. Our yes. Yes,
We're hot.
tell you
Nancy
what.
is your Hot
I don't,
Wheels.
it's not very often that I catch Morgan.
Okay.
I get to tease her and get her
This
get
is
her perplexed. So I have to do it on those rare occasions that I can.
eyelashes coming off tonight. Fuck this shit.
That's why
Um,
that's
yes.
why I'm over here blushing.
Mm, if y'all are looking at me and my face looks all lopsided as shit, it's yeah, no, the magnet wore off.
Camera, you almost can't tell.
I'll just sit like this the rest of the
Yeah.
night.
There you go.
I was not born with it. It is not Maybelline. It's a cheap ass Amazon fucking magnetic 10 pack of magnetic eyelashes because fuck those things are expensive. Like
Well, I don't use them.
a set of magnetic eyelashes in uh Target, it's like $16 for one pair that lasts you like two wears.
Literally.
Ugh.
I'm not wearing lashes.
12 coats. Just use your mascara. 12 fucking coats. I'm
Well,
telling you.
Listen, my eyelashes are this long.
mine
They're
too.
microscopic. Listen, no,
Oh,
These are mine.
you look like a
I,
fucking cover girl right here, honestly.
Try
No,
Maybelline Sky High, Maybelline Colossal. Support my paycheck.
I don't even know what this is. I,
I
I do I do BoxyCharm, so I pay $30 a month and I just use what they send me.
Nice.
I have like I, I have Maybelline here,
I
my
have the
lipstick.
same thing.
Yes,
I
I
haven't.
love the crayons.
Me too.
Oh,
They have
They're
I do
awesome.
have that.
so
Does
fun.
that count? That's
Yeah, it
Foundation?
counts.
compatible.
Yes, it does.
L'Oreal counts.
It all
That's Daddy L'Oreal. That's where my
counts
paycheck.
towards your pink tax.
Let me know when they have my skin, when they have my shade, if they have it, and I just don't know.
Ooh, try Lumi Matte foundation, and if they have it, let me know. And if they don't, let me know.
If they don't, if they don't, Fenty Beauty. Come on, Rihanna.
Yeah, also that.
Yep. And follow her on TikTok if you haven't already, because she, unlike a lot of other artists, responds.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Yes, and engages with the fans.
As
So
you
if you're out there, not saying to spam her to death, but you know, just follow the page. It's at definitely maybe banned. Is that
Yes.
right? Yeah. And then do you have a YouTube channel, of course, with all your videos there. And do you are you like where else can we go? Like obviously Spotify, Apple Music, things like
All the
that.
streaming. We have Instagram, but TikTok for sure is where we post the most often. Now that Spotify has things like clips and stuff like that, we'll start to post more there, but Instagram is where we'll announce shows for the most part. We do that on TikTok. It just doesn't always reach the right people, so that's why we opt for like a Instagram or a Facebook, unfortunately. But we're on all the things besides X. We don't do the Twitter.
Fuck the X.
Uh,
No, I'm sorry. Shitter. Twitter.
Right.
Fuck, I'm dead naming the shit out of that. It's the Gulf of Mexico and it's fucking Twitter.
Yep.
Thank you.
Musk dead names his
Agreed.
kid. We're gonna dead name Twitter.
Mhm. It is
Crazy.
Donald Jordash Trump. I'm
we
sorry.
we call him the orange Nazi over here.
Accurate.
Yes, very accurate. And yeah, we're I'm looking forward to I love the fact that there's a new single out now. That I had new music to listen to at work this week, and you know that I had this to look forward to because I have been looking forward to. This is our season opener, by the way, season 3, episode
What?
1. Yes, starting out with you here, Courtney,
Okay.
because we're in a new station, we're at a new time, we're in a
Oh yeah.
new frame of mind, and we were like, what better way to start out than with fucking rock and roll?
Hey, love
Yes,
that.
yeah. I know you said you had to go here in just a couple minutes here.
I can hang a bit longer. It doesn't have to be on the
Okay.
so.
Well, we'd usually do station ID at the top, but I would like to share another song here. So this is I got what I've got here is Are You Having Fun Yet?
Ooh.
And do you mind introducing that one to us?
Yeah, that one's honestly, and I do have favorites, and that is one of them. That might be my favorite. Definitely maybe song that's out. Um, we wrote that at like midnight in my basement. The band used to be a lot bigger. There was like 6 of us, and then there was 4 of us, and just kind of like as we've grown, we've evolved. And at that point, there was 4 of us, and I was having a really hard time, and I wasn't having fun, and no one else was having fun doing the band, and we were just like doing it and getting mad at each other and fighting, and it was just awful. And so we were preparing for a trip to LA where we would actually record one more night. And that'd be the first place where it would catch on TikTok, that which we did not know. But we were about to give up. We were basically like, okay, we'll do this LA thing. We have one session in December. Once we're done, like we're done. If it's not working by then, like we're done. So we actually like looked each other in the eye and we're like, okay, we're gonna finish out the sessions we've paid for, and then we can just forget it. And it'll be this thing we're proud of that's in the past, whatever. So definitely maybe it was almost no more. And we were flying out in the morning. It was late, but I wrote down in my notes, are we having fun yet? Tell me, are you upset? And when does going after what you wanted become worth it? And I just like vomited that out on the page and like showed my friend who was in the band at the time. And I was like, he was like, whoa, like, did you write this about me? Like, what is this, a note? And I was like, no, this is like an idea. Do you like it? And like, he's like, holy shit, yeah, like that's exactly how we all feel right now. And so it was a very real, very raw. I cried when we were tracking the vocals, and like, it was quite difficult to get through because it was just at that moment, it was like I quit, I'm done. And so that's what the song is about. Is like, what's the point of even like doing this if we're not even having fun? Like why do we keep going? When does it start to be like, yay, we did it?
Well, I appreciate the introduction here. This is Are We Having Fun Yet by our guest, Courtney Klinkert, with Definitely Maybe.
So are we having fun yet? Tell me, are you upset? And when does going after what you wanted become worth it? Something like that.
If there's no part of this that I enjoy, I'm starting to doubt that you even mean well when you cop out and think I can't tell. So close to where I wanted to be, sabotage, I do that in my sleep. Soon you'll see I'm taking you all down with me. Come with me. So are we having fun yet? And tell me, are you upset? Going after what you wanted become worth it. 'Cause I'm fucking exhausted. Pretty sure I've lost it.
shake that ass.
Got the hair down.
hair, that hair that just flopping around there. Yeah, it's Morgan's coming down here with the braids too.
Let's
I love it.
go.
That song is such a bop.
Thank
Like,
you. I love that
honestly,
song.
for expressing frustration, I kind of like that whole dichotomy of how it's frustration. I'm fucking angry, but we're gonna dance.
Yeah.
I love it. I
Gotta.
just want to let everybody know if you're just joining us here, we are the Hurricane Girls. We are the Daughters of Darkness, the Sisters of Rage. We are goddesses curse on mediocre men and nature's happy little accidents. And we are here with Courtney Clinker from Definitely Maybe. And right here with my sisters, Hurricane Abby, Hurricane Mary, Hurricane Morgan, and Hurricane Sim. Want to give a shout out to Hurricane Jen, who had to be called away. She's really wanting to meet you because she's from Chicago too. And she's also a musician, a Celtic singer, and a film. She composes things for films. So I'll have to get you two linked up at some point in
Yeah,
time.
we'll have to.
Yeah. And we are missing Hurricane Evie, who's also a music writer in New York City. So both
Oh,
of your places. Yeah. So we're missing our music people tonight. You're filling in I'm the only one left. Holy crap, I'm the only one that has an actual piece of music out there in the world right now, other than you. I do want to let everybody know, coming up in this new season of Hurricane Girls, uh, we have Definitely Maybe here with us tonight, but coming up next week we will have Dr. Ivy Rose Collins, who's Doctor of Theology. Is going to talk to us about deconstruction.
what?
Yeah. And
I'll be listening.
she's also happens to be related to me. So get more backstory behind Sheila here next week. Uh, the week after that, on the 22nd, we will have Jennifer Blanc from Party of Five and Dark Angel coming and gracing us and telling us stories about being married to Kyle Reese from The Terminator and her acting career and lots of other stuff. It's gonna be great. April 29th, my dear friend and former stand-up comedian Kimberly Collier will be here. Hilarious, hilarious Kimberly Collier. Um, on the 6th, we're going to be teaming up with Misbehaving Women. And I'm going to be on their podcast coming up, I think, this Sunday. And Left Jess from MBW is going to be coming on our show on the 6th. And then the last thing we have booked so far until somebody else replies to my email is Jennifer Reeder on May 13th, who is she's the director of Knives and Skin, perpetrator with Alicia Silverstone. We are going to get to talk to her about the filmmaking process and about how she makes her films for IFC. So I'm really looking forward to an amazing amount of guests. And we are, of course, starting things off with the incredible Courtney Clinkert here tonight. Just a couple more things before we start talking about it again, though. I do want to let you guys know that we are in the process of being certified by the Creator Accountability Network. CreatorAccountabilityNetwork.org does has provided certification. I believe Abby, Sim, me, and our producer Alia has gone through it. I'm still working on getting Mary and Morgan certified here, but uh, we are striving to be accountable for our community so that if there is a problem with us, you can go to creatoraccountabilitynetwork.org or call the hotline on the website. Let them know if there's something we need to fix it, and we'll work with it. Mentioning Can, April 25th from 6 to 10 p.m. Eastern. Um, there is a fundraiser for the Creator Accountability Network. It'll be a live stream event featuring creators from a lot of our sister shows, Cognitive Dissonance. Oh, shoot. Beating on my microphone. Cognitive Dissonance, Puzzle and a Thunderstorm, Philosophers in Space, Opening Arguments, several more shows and platforms. Donations can be made in the name of each of these shows, and the winners get to torture the losers. You get to make them do fun things. And if you'd like to donate, you can go to creatoraccountabilitynetwork.org. You can also, if you don't have ways to donate and you want to help, you can volunteer with the website. So I appreciate that group, and I appreciate them keeping us all accountable and safe. But we are here tonight, and if you're not checking out Patreon, I wish you would give us $5. Patreon.com/Hurricane Girls gets you full access to all of our behind the scenes, not all of our behind the scenes stuff. Let's be real. There have been a few that Morgan and Barbie have done that will never see the light of day.
Unfortunately.
Right. Well, yeah. Because Morgan tends to forget that we're recording sometimes, I think. I do too, but
The book
you
is not
know,
about Jackson.
no, hi, we love you. That's why we have you, because you are all of that. You're so much larger than life. I love it. You told me the last time that you're 5'4", and I'm like, no, the fuck you're not.
I really am.
No, because you're like 6'7" at least.
See, then I would be Bubbles Cupcake the Stallion, Morgan the Stallion. No, I'm just Morgan, aka Bubbles Cupcake.
I love that.
Trust me, my exes can confirm I am 5'4", especially the 6'4" one.
Oh
Oh my
my
God. 6'4".
God.
Wait, I don't know anybody who comes in at 6'4". Do you, Mary?
My kid is 6'3" at 15.
I was
Oh my gosh.
I was 6'4" when I
Yeah.
met you the other
Oh
day.
my
So
God. Yeah, it was
yeah.
unbelievable.
He's 6'4" without the shoes, and he picked me up, and I was like, "How dare you put me down?"
See, my thing is I want to look nice, but I'm a goth girl. So my boots are always like platforms about this tall. And
So
so
good.
I'm 6 foot tall, flat in flats. But when I put on my stomp ass boots, it's 6'4", at least
Oh
6'5". I'll wear those to like a convention or something like that. I'll be walking around the con, and it's like it reminds me of being in China so much, because when I was in China, I was looking at the subway, everybody was here, and I was just looking out over top of everybody else's head. Now I do that when I put on my goth girl boots. No. Uh, yeah, I'm tall. How tall are you, Courtney? Because I'm
5'3".
no, I thought you were at least a 5'5".
5'3". I know. Little shorty.
No, you have a big presence though.
I'll take
There.
it.
See,
Yeah.
5'4" and under unite. Go us.
I missed it by an inch.
You know what? I got a good story to tell.
Oh, I can't
Well,
wait.
mhm.
Wait, is
Wait,
this like paywall stuff, or is this
Paywall.
okay? All right.
In honor of of who I just brought up, I got a nice little story.
Oh my God.
Paywall.
Y'all, we're not gonna get any stuff for the paywall, I'm afraid. Because we're gonna tell it, and we're gonna be like, we can't post that. That's gonna get us in trouble. Courtney, we're here to talk about you today, and I'm glad you decided to stay with us a little bit longer. Then, but I mean, you're working there on set with Maybelline. Are you like? I know you can't talk a lot about it, but like, are you just like a brand ambassador, or do you do the makeup work or stuff like that?
Oh,
And
I'm not that cool. I'm on the social media team.
okay, so you're
Hmm.
taking pictures and videos.
So much fun. Running that Instagram.
Listen, if there's one thing I've learned over the past few years, it's that the social media team can honestly make or break companies. So shout out to
Literally.
the social media teams because y'all have to be wicked smart. You post some stuff to get people laughing and interested and engaged. I mean, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't underscore what you do by any means because there's a lot of different companies that I got interested in based on their social media team and how they posted.
Legit. And a lot of companies that I've said fuck you because of their social media too.
Exactly.
So yeah, definitely, like if you do it right, nobody notices you're there. They're just like when they're going shopping, they're like, oh, Maybelline,
Mm-hmm.
I saw that there somewhere, baby.
Yeah.
If you fuck it up, everybody knows who you are. So,
It's true. It is very visible and thankless. But,
mm,
much like being an artist sometimes.
Sure. I mean, not everyone, not everything's gonna be a hit, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that, and that kind of reminds me of a question that I had. Do you ever have a song do you have any songs that you've done that you're just like, oh, fuck that song. I'm done with it.
I go through that with most of them, if not all of them at some point. But it's always the songs that we think are gonna hit that don't, and the ones that
Hmm.
we don't think will that do. Like One More Night was not that I mean I was gonna say it wasn't supposed to, but I mean I guess it was. But I would have never like in a million years would have never guessed that people would like that song. And there's a song that we made last year called Nevermind that
I
is
love that song. Oh my
objectively
God.
from many points of view our best song, and it is one of our worst streaming songs. And so we thought for sure like that's getting in the Disney movie, like this is getting picked up by like a Hallmark film, like this is such a beautiful song. I
Yes.
mean, and like no one's heard
Nobody's
it, doesn't do
been.
well on TikTok. Like it smacks live, I will say on tour people loved it, but not enough to stream it.
The way
So,
on that song in particular is like the way the backing instrumentals go, and you're
mhm.
just and it's so thoughtful. Like the
Mm.
way when you come in, because the one I think the duet I did with it on promoting this show was you sitting at a diner table and just like, it's just a point of contention, and the chorus, the way it does sound like it should be on a fucking um like a fucking Sandra Bullock movie.
Yes, agree.
Yeah.
But no,
Like,
people I guess don't feel the same way about it.
right. It's very different than what you usually do. It's not,
True.
it's not pop punk. It's like
Mhm.
an actual legit ballad.
Which there will be
And
more of, but there will be more pop punk and there will be more rock. But Nevermind is actually how the record label found us. So that song got us our record
I
deal.
love it because
I won't say that
technically,
nothing for
like
us.
it's a good technical song. It's like it's very very well constructed.
hmm Shout
Uh,
out to Dan
I was
Swim.
gonna ask about that, and I was like, oh my God, please. When you said that, I was like, please don't say she hates that song.
Oh, I
Like, oh
love
my
that song.
God,
I love it.
no. If you haven't done it, get on Spotify after the show and stream Nevermind by Definitely Maybe. I did that a lot today. It's on my I have a song list. Abby and I are passing these back and forth daily. Like in the morning, if I haven't gotten either a text or a song recommendation from this one by 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm calling Scotland fucking Yard. I'm calling the
Wellness
FBI,
check.
FBI, yeah, because she gets up at the ass crack of dawn. I go to sleep at dipshit o'clock,
Same.
and we're just literally to the two most opposite human beings who are ever best friends. And but our song choices, our Spotify playlists are immaculate and compatible. Yeah, our producer Alia is always like, "Have you ever heard this new death metal song?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't. I'm a goth girl, but I'm also a punk princess,
Yes.
also emo princess." So yeah, and Sim is over there looking at me like, "Yes, we know."
No, I'm just no, I have no critiques about your music style. It's perfectly fine. I mean, and you know me, I listen to just basically everything. So my playlist would cause people pain because I literally go
Mm.
from one genre to the other. It's terrifying.
But then what do I come out with for my first single? A goddamn 80s power ballad.
Oh, let's
And it
go.
was cute.
Yeah, you
Mm.
It was
can't.
good. It is good.
Auto-tuned to fucking hell, but
As it
yes.
should
You
be.
know, there's nothing
Mhm.
wrong with that.
The stylistic choice.
Yeah. It's actually less stylistic, and I had a cold that day.
Also
So yeah,
that
I had
that
cold
was
that day, and estrogen has fucked my voice royally. Like when I went through first puberty, my voice was like doing that little goose thing, that little hi
Yep.
guys, like, and then now it's going the other way. It's like, oh my God, I'm going from a baritone to a bit of a tenor. Ugh. Listen, puberty twice, don't recommend. Don't recommend at all.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. There's a question in the comments here. So from again, my daughter here, who's enamored of you here. Have you ever listened to Insane Clown Posse? And if so, what's your favorite song by them?
I have not, but I absolutely will right after this. That
It
name is
doesn't shock me that that's her
absurd.
question.
No.
Okay,
What's
so I told
Yeah.
you,
that?
Sheila, I now your daughter needs to know I was in the chicken hunting video with
Oh, an
ICP.
ICP's chicken hunt
You can
video.
only see the back of my head and my hand, but I caught a Fago bottle in the face, a full Fago bottle.
Ooh,
So
ooh.
that's their thing. It's Fago and they spray the crowd and they throw shit at you. But yeah,
Oh
they
my
wanted
God.
100 people to come into the State Theater in Detroit, and we were the last two they let in. We had to paint our faces with grease paint while we were standing in line. But yeah,
That's so
I was in that
sick.
video.
I've only been in one other music video, and that was Jessica Sierra from American Idol. It's in one of her videos. But yeah, that's back when I was doing the blogging thing. Um, yeah, I'm aging myself. Blogspot,
Wait a minute,
MySpace.
Are you
Yeah,
you're
serious?
aging me too.
yeah, yeah. Back in the day, American Idol season 4.
Hmm,
Yeah,
Mm.
it's in the 20s somewhere now. I don't even know.
crazy.
No, would you do a show like The Voice or something like that? Because I mean, does that ever come up?
Honestly, no. I don't really consider myself a vocalist. I sing songs, but I don't really consider myself that. And not to be like self-deprecating. Like it's just
No, I get
not
that.
really a part of like the identity. I'm not claiming to be like Christina Aguilera out here with these beautiful runs or anything like that. I sang transparently because no one else that I was writing music with at the time was willing to be the singer. So I was like, fuck it, fine. I've always wanted to do it. Who doesn't want to do it? It's like, let's try it.
Okay. Yeah, I've always said don't do shows like that because the contracts are merciless on those
Mm.
shows. They will there's only gonna be like one, God help us, Morgan Wallen to come out of stuff like that, or Kelly Clarkson or
Wait, Morgan
whatever
Wallen's from American Idol?
from The Voice.
He's from The
Yeah.
Voice?
2014.
The more you know.
That I will never forgive The Voice for inflicting that upon us.
Yeah.
But
Whoa.
yeah, like I'm thinking Kelly Clarkson or Carrie Underwood. Those are
Have you
so
heard
few
of
and far
Cassidy
between.
Pope from The
I
Voice?
love Cassidy Pope.
She's in New York now. She's a friend now. I can
Oh
say that. But
my God.
I know since I
Listen.
do have to go in a few, I'll probably hop in like 5 minutes. But Cassidy Pope and I and a bunch of other lady artists are planning something. I don't know if you saw this in your digging, but it is a festival in
Okay.
September called Chaos Club
I
in
love
Nashville,
it.
Tennessee. And it is a fully female-fronted headline festival. And every band that is on the bill will have at least some form of female representation in some
I
capacity, be
love
it the
that.
drummer or what have you. And it's gonna be amazing. And so Cassidy Pope is on the founding committee with me, an
Mm.
artist called LOL It's Leah, an artist called Hannah Duckworth, and then another podcast host from a podcast called Pop Punk Promo. Her name is Sydney. She's awesome. And that's how we all met, was we were all at one time at separate points guests on Pop Punk Promo. And then Sid posted on her podcast account like a mock festival flyer. That's kind of like a fun thing people do is like, if you could pick three, who would you pick? And she put only women and queer artists on there and was like, wouldn't this be amazing? And it kind of popped off and people were like, wait, is this real? And we were like, no, not yet. And so it will be in
I
September,
love
is the
that.
plan. So yeah, Cassidy Pope from Hey Monday, The Voice, she is everything that you would hope. Like they say, don't meet your heroes, but if you get the chance to meet her, absolutely do because she's fucking bomb.
When I found out that she had gotten ordained and was good and was volunteering to do LGBTQ weddings, I was like, oh my God, okay, who's gonna marry me right now? Like I need, I don't care who, because I am getting married by Cassidy Pope.
her voice, like even her
Mm.
talking voice, to be the officiant of a wedding would just like, oh, so nice.
No, I may be emailing you later. Yeah, because if we could get her here, I will die. Like,
Yeah, I mean, if we could do
officially.
a Chaos Club episode as well, for sure, like
I
shoot
would be
Scoop
so down for
down,
that.
then you'd get like a 5 for 1.
Listen, yeah, I'm here for it. Here for it. We are at your disposal.
Hell
But
yeah.
I really appreciate you coming in today, and I know you've got to go. So I'm gonna let you leave here with another sample of your music with One Night live from Summerfest.
Oh shit.
I do love this one. I'm not gonna make you introduce this one, but it was One Thing, I think is the name of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I said One Night, but this is
Throwback.
definitely Courtney Klinkert here. Thank you so much for coming to visit with us. And this is One More Night, and I hope you have a great night. And I'll be emailing you.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much. We are definitely maybe. This is our last song. It's the title track off of our debut EP out everywhere. This song is called One Thing. This goes out to Joel Fernino.
Who really cares if I pretend? Will I be more comfortable
stick around. She's amazing. And tonight we'll be back for Youngblood. We'd love to say hi. Thank you, Summerfest.
That's another technically good song too. I love that fucking song
Thanks.
there.
That's the one that started as Hungover at Church.
Oh my gosh, I didn't catch that. Oh my God, I
Yeah.
love it.
I love
I
it.
love
Thank you
it.
so much. It was such an honor to meet you all. So happy to have been a part of this, and I
Thank-
know we will be in touch.
Absolutely. Thank
Thank
you
you so
so
much.
much,
Nice
Courtney.
meeting
Have a
you.
good night.
Bye bye. Have a good rest of the show.
We will.
Nice meeting
Yep.
you.
Ooh, y'all. Huh.
I don't care what y'all say, that is a baddie.
That's a badass bitch right there. Listen,
Yes.
I'm sorry. Yeah, like no, that's
I'm
we have rocked it the fuck out tonight, and we got like 20 minutes left to go. So, like, how are y'all feeling though?
sleepy now.
Morgan,
Wait a minute,
you're
I'm supposed
supposed
to be the one.
I was gonna say, why are you taking Abby's role? What is going on here?
I didn't go to sleep till like 4 and I woke up at 9 and I
Oh,
go
honey,
straight to
honey.
homework. So yeah, I'm feeling it.
I feel
I still
you.
want to tell my story, but I'm sleepy.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I don't even know if we should tell a story like that here on the tail end of the show here, but
Oh no, no,
no.
no, no, no. Nope. Nope.
Yep. How's your week been, Sim?
Not bad. It never short enough. I'm already ready for the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've had a lot of stuff going on, which we are not going to spend one more second of time on the
Nope.
show over. But I mean, I've been trying to amp myself up today, get ready to be here, and it's been easy to do because I've had a great soundtrack for it. But yeah, how are you, Mary? Like I see you've been quiet today, contemplative. Have you been? How's your week been?
It's been a week.
I love that.
Just I'm in a place where I feel like I might be losing my job soon because, we're more about the bottom line and replacing people with AI. So the job I do could be very easily replaced. So I'm about to be fucked.
I've thought that about my own job. I don't know someday when AI gets advanced enough, but hopefully not, because we
Well,
still have we still have live shows to go see. I was thinking,
yeah.
God, if she was in gonna be in Cleveland, I was gonna be like, nah, Mary, let's go have these on that gas. Let's
Hell
go.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
because
in.
honestly, yeah, we still have Miss Emily to go see this summer.
Yes. Oh my God. I can't
Mhm.
wait.
Yeah, yeah. Abby, you want to take a long trip down south by any chance?
I can be there in spirit at least. I am truly anchored to New Hampshire until mid-December of
Right.
this year.
Just a little astral projection.
Yeah, there we go. I
Yeah.
mean, that'll be nice. Gotta hit those hours, unfortunately, and I'm lucky I'm hitting my necessary hours for this semester by the skin of my freaking teeth. I'm gonna hit my direct hours, but I'm gonna hit them.
So when are you done? Like when do you get to start making money at this shit?
Well, so I will be officially done and graduated mid-December. The internship is about a year long. There's a one semester that is, this is always fun to talk. The first semester is practicum, but practicum is internship. But then there's internship, which is also still the internship. So follow that as you will. And this is the practicum one. And the indirect hours are very easy to get because that's anything you're doing in office. Like, boom. And yeah, and Milo agrees. I don't know if my microphone picked up on that, but where are
Yes,
you,
it
buddy?
yes
Yeah,
it
yeah.
it did.
Excellent.
Are you going to be promoting the book though? Like are you going to be doing signings? What are you going to be doing there?
I am not sure yet. I gotta admit, I am still a little agoraphobic in terms of anything public, but also I don't know. I gotta talk with my publisher about what the plan is for
Right.
that.
So what we've
Um,
got to position to the publisher is that you need all of your girlies sitting there at the table with you. So if anybody starts some fuck shit,
yeah.
we hurricane on their ass.
I like this plan.
Yes, I
And I
think
mean,
so.
they know that I'm offline because they were like, "Hey, do you want to do like a book cover release, social media thing?" And I was like, "I'm offline for the foreseeable future, maybe ever." And then briefly explained what happened, and they were just like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. No worries." Which was a relief because I was definitely worried that they were gonna pull a like, "Oh, you're persona non grata. Ooh, let's get rid of you."
But we'd like to not publish you now. That's not good. Do I know Mary's always writing something new. I'm always conceiving something new and never writing it. But do you have another book that's sort of festering?
Nothing yet.
That's
Every every once in a while I play with the idea of writing the year after dating myself and write about last year and just all that fuck shit, but also all the things I learned from that fuck shit. But if that happens, I feel like I need way, way more years. Like the trauma is still real there. Like the PTSD is PTSD.
I
And
can tell. Yeah.
Mm.
And that's why we are happy that you are a hurricane girl because we will take care of our own here.
mm,
And yeah, no, that's definitely something even through all this fuck shit that's gone on, you've come up and
mm,
I've been like, no, no, you don't fuck with my Abby. Period. Like we'll fight. So no. Hurricane Girls, at the risk of sounding like the Goonies, Hurricane Girls never say die.
Mm.
Sim, would you please stop licking your pussy there? Like honestly. This
just
is the
face
most
buried in pussy.
the chunkiest, fluffiest pussy sitting right there in your lap. I fucking love it.
I'm going to bury my face in my pussy. Deal with it.
Oh,
Hello,
come here, buddy.
baby.
Oh, I'm gonna do the same.
Oh,
Yay!
listen,
Pussy
everybody step.
therapy.
Yes.
Hi,
Mhm.
babies.
Oh, pussy control.
Listen, Mary, you had a chance to
Oh.
show off your pussy earlier. I saw your pussy walking
I know,
around.
right?
There's three. I like but they walk by and they're like, bitch. And they keep going.
Been
They're
denied by
Billy,
your
Lily,
own
and Janny.
pussy.
Yes, right? I'm the one
Ugh,
that buys their fucking food.
right? Like how like
Oh,
come here, give kiss the ring a little bit.
beep, 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 beep. Come here, beep, 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 beep.
My
Oh,
pussy
See?
is
she's like, fuck
silently
you.
judging all of you.
Hi, baby.
She's
Hi,
not gonna do it.
baby.
You'll see her go up.
Baby.
That's Janny.
I
She
I
was our dumpster kitty.
I see her walking up the stairs now.
Little bitch.
Uh,
It's all on her terms.
Oh God, yeah. Just so everybody knows, you can bookmark the hurricanegirls.net website now. There's fuck all on it though. But we will be very much putting content on there. I love this. Somebody somebody in the comments said, "Damn, that's some sassy pussy." That was Greg in the comments there. Yeah, this is the pussy segment. Everybody talks about their cats.
Greg is
Um,
amazing. If that's my Greg, Greg is
I
amazing.
believe
He
so. Greg
healed.
Dahl.
Yeah, he healed a portion of my soul. I think I might have already told you, but he healed a portion of my soul with one fucking sentence. So I will always brag on him.
Wait, we're getting souls healed here? Nobody told me about it. Holy fuck.
Why?
Listen, Greg, I got some like you're gonna need more than one sentence here, honestly.
No, seriously, like, because I think I had told you that my mom used to like
Mhm.
tell people that I was pissed on a rock and hatched by the sun.
Oh
And
God.
yes, I know that that is not true. I know that that's not possible. But when you hear that from the time you are conceived, it's in your head, right? So it's been
Mhm.
40, almost 49 years of believing that. Well, 48 until Greg got a hold of it and he said something, and I always end up misquoting it, but something to the effect of, you're a goddess because you were born of the earth and the sun loved you into life.
I
So
love that.
yeah, so
That's
49 years of
radical.
trauma in one fucking sentence. He gave me or they gave me a better positive spin on it. And I will never be able to find enough thank you words in any language because now I'm getting choked up because nobody had ever tried to spin it that way or in any way. They just laughed at it. And it's not funny when it is your trauma. So I
Well,
will always brag on Greg.
as Greg has just now said, it's totally possible that's how gods are born.
Well, now I'm a goddess, I'm not a
Yes.
goddess. Greg has
What,
said that
you
I'm a
doubt it?
goddess, so yeah,
You doubt it?
every
There's
minute of every day of my life.
goddesses all over this room right now. What the fuck? No. Sim, you're a goddess. Morgan, goddamn, you are a goddess. Yes,
I'm an
Abby.
Yeah.
empress.
Yeah, you're an Icarus,
Yes.
I'm an
Hell
empress.
yes.
I
an
rather empress
empress.
than goddess because
Okay,
I can't create nothing out of thin air. But if I could, oh, that would be so cool.
that would be cool. Abby, I don't know. Are we going goddess here, Abby? Or are we?
Yeah, why not? In some ways, it goes full circle. When I was first on TikTok way back in 2020, the ongoing thing was my MFGs, my motherfucking goddesses. So it's like coming full circle with that.
Okay. I don't know whether I'm a goddess or a Valkyrie. Like
Oh,
I'm gonna
why
be
can't you be
like
both?
I
Why
could
can't you
be
be both?
both. I could.
Come on,
Yeah,
embrace
Be
it.
both.
I could be. Yeah. I think whatever I can't remember the goddesses of cats right now. That's them right now. Bast, I think was
Busted.
yeah, Bastet. Yeah. Uh I'm a bad witch. I've forgotten all my gods. Sorry. Sorry, y'all.
Mm-mm-mm. For someone who worships the three-faced baddie, how could you forget her?
Well, listen, I have not forgotten the goddess of the crossroads here. She's always hanging around.
Yeah.
But the problem with her is she doesn't talk to me until I'm fucking asleep. And I'm like, yeah, I wake up, I'm like, you could have told me this yesterday afternoon. The fuck. Like, no, you weren't ready for it yet.
Duh.
Yeah, remember one time asking, we're getting off into witchy shit. Y'all can go like listen to WHGR and listen to one of our old shows now if you want to. But like literally one time I was having conversations like, is this you or is this God or is this? And she's like, fucking minor God. And I was like, oh shit. Sorry, Morgan.
I'm just, I'm honestly, I think it's funny.
Yeah.
You
No
don't have to
offense to you.
apologize.
No offense
No.
to you. Yeah. Pretty sure the Valkyries were goddesses. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We are who we are. We're doing a new thing here. This is season 3, episode 1. I decided to start this as season 3 the same way we started season 2 when we recast. We're not recasting this time. We've got our whole this is the cast plus Jen and Evie. This is it. This is everything I wanted it to be. Yes, you
I was
can hear it.
immediately like, oh fuck, she's getting rid of me already.
Look at the baby.
Let's
my
Sim, can we get a pull a couch out now for all of us here with rejection
Listen.
sensitive dysphoria?
I've got nothing but
Right.
time for all of you. Let's go. Let's go.
I just
Honestly,
wanna hug Mary. That's all.
yeah, it's just honestly, I have rejection sensitive dysphoria too, which has been kicking my goddamn ass the last 3 weeks.
Same.
So I wouldn't be surprised if y'all were to be like, Sheila, we voted you out. Hand over the passwords. But
Right, right.
yeah. But
was very squeaky.
I mean, everybody, like, I think we all have, I won't say everybody has the RSD like we do. Like, I was telling Abby earlier today, we are just a fine ass mess of trauma responses, honestly. The whole of us.
Yeah,
Just
well,
fucking mess.
yeah, well, I feel safe with y'all. So, and y'all know I can be sweet and innocent and then crash out the next minute off of dumb stuff. And
Nah, nah.
not once did y'all say, Morgan, you're doing too much, because that's what I've been waiting on.
You've been waiting on that?
Yeah, because usually around this
No.
time when you're doing too much and you need to pull back.
Yeah, no. No. I'm like, Morgan, I love what you're doing.
You
I
are
love it. I want
exactly
more of
right.
it. I want more of it.
Well,
And to that effect, I have scheduled somebody who I know will bring you out
Oh,
on
Lord.
the 29th. Have you when you've seen this on TikTok lives, have you seen my friend Kimberly Collier?
Uh-uh.
Okay. She is a black trans woman and she used to be a stand-up comic and she is one of the funniest people that I know. And Sim and I were on there on the live with her the other night, and I was like, we just Sim and I were communicating in shorthand by that point. I was like, Sim, we need this for the thing,
yep,
and Sim was like, hell yeah, we need it for
absolutely.
the thing. And I was like, yeah. And then I talked to her about it. She didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. So I was like, we have a show. And one thing that I have been wanting to focus on more is a little bit of diversifying our guests here too, because we need some more melanin coming into our lives here. And she was one of the perfect the first people I thought of. And Morgan, I swear to Christ, if you were absent that day, I'm gonna come find you. Because y'all are gonna play off each other so fucking well.
So you mean to tell me y'all gonna be seeing some black shit on this? Oh, bring it on, bring it
Yeah,
on. But no, it's a couple of people I thought of. I've just kind of been too nervous and
yeah.
shy to
I
ask.
I haven't really. I haven't. I know you had one that we're gonna take a look at, you and me together, but
Yeah.
I definitely. We're booked up for the next week, fuck, month. We're booked up through May 13th with guests. Like I said, next week, Ivy Rose Collins. She is my maternal aunt. She's definitely we haven't had a lot of older voices here, so that's definitely gonna be that. We're gonna Jennifer Blanc, y'all are gonna love her. She's fantastic. We got Left Jess coming in and Jennifer Reeder. That's directly from Jen Lennon. So I'm just looking forward to everything we're gonna do here, honestly. Everything that we are gonna do and how we've started off here with the bang with this show. And everybody who's still with us here in the YouTube chat, thanks y'all for still being here with us, even past the point of what happened, and understanding that we are still here trying to lift up the voices of women, trying to be the voices of women. But on that note here, I would like to I know we're a little bit early tonight, but fuck it, it's our station, it's our show. We can do whatever we want to. I want to go ahead and go into some final thoughts here tonight. And we're gonna wrap it up a little bit early tonight, I think. And then we can do whatever we want. Abby, you can go to bed. Um, yeah.
Which I
with
probably
with your
will.
pussy. With your
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe with both of my
Yes.
pussies. Like that would be amazing.
That's it. I am going to ask Jesus to give me some money so I could buy me a pussy, a black one, and I'm gonna name her Sparkle. Sparkle Elizabeth Oak. That is gonna be her name. She's
I
gonna
love
have
it.
my middle name and my last name. Sparkle.
Yeah, I love it.
A
I
cute
love it.
little kitten.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I can sense the tiredness in the week. So I'll start over here with Mary. And what's your final thoughts for tonight, Mary? No
It's
pressure.
no, I was just like, this is not what the guest was here for. But with listening to you and listening to the guest and other people, and we have all these things happening today where we're having religion forced on us and faith forced on
Mhm.
us. I don't have a problem with faith. I have a problem with religion. And if religion is such a great thing, why the fuck are there so many people leaving and then writing songs about it?
White folks. like being.
So it's like, you know, I was raised in a place where I wasn't allowed to even question anything, and I'm a Y person. So I because I'm a Y person, I grew away from that, and I thank fuck for that. But you know, it's that's why I was sitting here like, my gosh, another one. You know, we know that religion is bad. Faith is amazing. I will never begrudge anyone their faith. I hate religion. So sorry. I'm all about the hate tonight.
We're salty tonight,
That
and that's
that's why I'm
okay.
the salty historian.
Yeah, and that's okay. Like, because I did key on that in on that with Courtney too. Is, you know, the coming up, not being able to listen to, you know, mainstream music, not being able to express herself, then coming out on the other end and just rocking it the fuck out. That's the part I like, is when we overcome that and we just rock it the fuck out. So I will then ask Sim, final thoughts.
You know, I have a lot of respect for um anyone who goes through tragedies like that and finds ways to channel them, especially using the arts. I think that, you know, it speaks on a higher volume. We get to a much different demographic that way. And I think, you know, especially, you know, I think the band, um, really, I mean, obviously anyone of any age it appeals to, but, you know, I think also the younger kids and things, I think, that can discover the music and learn the backstories and things like that can really benefit from that. So I'm just appreciative of people like Courtney out there that take the time to really kind of bare their souls through their music and make it you know, so relatable, so that other people out there don't feel as alone, you know. I just have a great respect for that.
I love that. Yeah. Just the way that she's given herself and us a way to work through trauma. It's a gift, I think. And maybe it'll keep people from maybe it'll keep people from going over that edge. I think it did me. Hearing that song caught me in the one more night, caught me in a spot where I was feeling hopeless, and I heard the lyrics for that and it said, I think I've got it in me for just one more night. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it another night. And I'm really glad that there are messages out there like that. Morgan, your final thoughts for the night.
I do know struggling with thoughts of suicide myself, and channeling the pain into music. That's something I've had to. Oh, I love you too, Mary. That's something, you know, I've had to do. I I can't imagine the pain and the anguish, and it made me think about if I would have did that. My God, I would have never met y'all. That's actually how we met, Sheila, because I was
Mhm.
feeling suicidal that day, and because Casey had brought me on the live. Please do not cry right now. So
Mhm.
so I'm gonna cry again on this podcast.
Okay, we're just gonna sit here and hold space for you then.
Absolutely.
Hold on. Hold on, give me a second. After that. Oof, all right. I mean, just reflecting on that night, and if I would have did that, it would have been very selfish to my mother, my sister, my friends, my organization, people, you know, who love me, especially with what happened last month, you know. Um, all I say is, I'm glad I did not act up upon it because I'm like having the thoughts of wanting to die, but I don't want to hurt myself. Which is, I mean, it's not funny, but it's also funny. It's like, I don't want to do this because this, I don't want to do it that way. I'm like, but then I'm like, why not just jump into the river? But I can swim, but I'm like, well, maybe the current will come and carry me. But what if I get eaten by a gator? Ugh, it's just not worth it. Life is beautiful. there are so many things in life that's worth living. You just have to find a reason. And you have to want to stay alive, not just for you, but the others. But think about it before you take yourself, before you make that decision. You need to ask who you will all be affecting. And I know if I would have did that, I would have affected a lot of people.
Mhm. And we would have never gotten to know the beautiful you.
I know, that just sucks. Oh,
I'm glad you're still here. And I'm glad we came along when we did and that you came into my life when you did because that was what needed to happen. That's what what I'm happy to have happened. And you have always got a place. You've always got a place in our hearts. And if you are ever feeling like that, I'm not going to sit there and tell you that it's wrong. I'm not going to sit there and tell you not to do it. I'm just going to tell you I will hold space for you until you don't have any space left.
another thing I want to say, and I'm just gonna put it out there for whoever's listening. As a black Creole, very loud, very beautifully dark skinned and plus size. Do you know that y'all are the first white people I actually felt safe around to say whatever the fuck it is that I wanted to say? I haven't dealt with any microaggressions, no snarky comments, no undercover pettiness, no sensing of sabotaging, none of that. Like for the very first time. Like for the very first time, even before when I knew what microaggression was, I've never felt that way. So for anybody who wants to listen to this here podcast and y'all see me and use me as, oh, she's the token black girl. Oh, she's the bad witch. First of all, you got me fucked up, number one. Number two, you got my sisters fucked up. Number three, you got all of us as a collective fucked up. There is nobody's token Negro. Nobody's token bed wench. I'm saying it because I'm calling it out and I sense it and been sensing it all week. So therefore, do not come over here with these allegations of racism, blackface, whiteface, yellowface. Otherwise, you're gonna deal with this here beautiful black face. How about that? I said what I said. You got a problem with it? I'm right out here in the great state of Texas in Houston. And if you want to, we can talk it out, we can dish it out, we can pray it out. But we gonna talk. We gonna talk. Now, does anybody have any more questions?
No, all I'm gonna say
How about
is
those
that
golden toilets?
Guys,
Wait.
all I'm gonna say is that what you said there, I'm honored, but you know, it's it's not, you know, that's something that we should be doing is being trustworthy and being people's safe space regardless of everything and that you feel safe around me or us.
Yeah, y'all
I did not have not gotten a bigger compliment in I don't know how long, and I appreciate that because I love you
yeah.
like a sister. You're every time I see you pop up, I was like, that's my sis. That's my girl.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about, I don't get any anxiety coming up here. The only time I'm like, oh shoot, let me hurry up because I'm tired and I'm sleepy. I don't have anxiety when I come over here. I literally was like, wait a minute. And even when I was like working on my report, no lie, I was talking about some microaggressions that I experienced working at Cons Corporate in my hometown. And I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I didn't experience that here in this podcast. I went through it in elementary school. I went through it, well, Black issues is a little bit different. I went through it at University of Houston. I even went through it at LIT and at Lamar. I went through it at certain jobs. And listen, I actually got written up for when my dress rose up outside. I'm off the clock. I'm going home and I got written up for dress code.
Oh damn.
Yes. Yes.
Well shit.
By a white woman who was, yeah. That's another conversation for another day. I'll talk about that in the paper. And I was like, wow. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I'm not experiencing that on this here podcast. And I know it looks suspicious because it's like you only see me, but I'm like, I'm not the only Black girl. It's me and Evie.
Right.
But people are gonna see me, and they're gonna use me as a scapegoat to try to attack y'all and me as a pick me.
No.
I'm dead in there right now.
No, I know good and well you put me in my place if I needed it. And
Yeah.
I would be like, "Yep, you better."
Hopefully that would not come to that because I don't like putting people that I love in their place. It's easier for me to put strangers in their place versus the people that I love. I'm a little bit more gentle with people that I love. I'm like, look, you can't do that. You know, you gotta be careful with this because of
Yeah.
this. But other than that, I'm just out on dancing right now because I'm like, I don't want to hear shit. If I hear it, if I sense it, I'm like, I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to stay out of it. But if I hear it and I sense it and you're saying it to my sister and I'm around, I'm gonna give you angry Black woman on purpose.
Mm. Mm. Well, I love your final thoughts for tonight. I almost hate to ask Abby, but do you want to follow that up at all?
It will be a very like almost a whimper after such amazing roar, but um, it's in some ways tangentially related to especially the parts about suicidality and you know that power of music because you know one of the reasons why I don't talk a ton about last year is like I there was a period where I was actively suicidal, and if the multiverse theory is true, I think there's more universes than not where I don't make it to the other side of September.
Fair.
But that is also when I started learning guitar because I was like, I need something to get me that one more day. And I literally, this guitar I've had since I was 16, I have not touched once and was like, all right, this is going to be what's going to get me to get to that end of the day so I can have that one more day. And now that is something I do every single day is play my guitar. I have not missed one fucking day. That went from my safety plan to something I just do every goddamn day. And that right there is just that healing power of music where I'm not even necessarily writing any music, but I am taking those songs that resonate and I am playing, learning them how to play them on the guitar and playing them and having that chance to again, live to see another day. And I hope to God I never have to have that kind of feeling like I had back then. But it lets me know that just how important music is and how beautiful it is. And again, if all those universes where I don't see it to the end of myself to the end of September, it would mean I never would have been able to meet the majority of you lovely, lovely ladies through Sheila. I never would have become a hurricane girl. And man, I'm glad. I'm glad that I was able to see. This is a universe where I made it through.
The one thing that went right in this universe,
Mhm.
right there. I'm very happy that that you're here with us, and I'm happy that you and I were able to maintain our connection there.
Mhm.
And God damn it. I'm just proud of all of y'all. And I said we were going to wrap up early. We are not. We are right here on time. But fuck it. Again, our time. And thank all of y'all who are in the YouTube chat for sticking with us and listening to us and being the best part of our show. And we couldn't do this without y'all out there listening. And those of you who will be listening later on Spotify and Apple, and later on when it's rebroadcasting on WHGR. Go there if you want to go to WHGR, hurricanegirls.net, bookmark it. It's not ready yet. We're still new at getting all that done. Got some people to work help me with it. But tonight, being here with you all on YouTube has been absolutely fucking amazing. And I love each and every one of Jen, Evie, our hearts definitely with you. Um, we're going to leave the airwaves tonight with definitely maybe one more night, the stripped version. And for Hurricane Abby, Hurricane Mary, Hurricane Morgan, and Hurricane Sim, I am Hurricane Sheila saying, chin up, tits out, ladies. This is one more night by Definitely Maybe.
exhausted, but I sleep too much. I don't have the time, but I don't do enough. I hate all my friends, but I miss them so much. I know I'm really smart, but I'm out of touch. Cause I'm just here to kill the vibe. With all the messy shit inside of my head, maybe I won't try to hide. I don't know if you could handle it. Cause I don't wanna live, but I don't wanna die. And I've said it to myself like a million times. And nothing makes sense what I feel inside, but I think I got it in me for just one more night. I take pills, I have bad dreams. I don't take pills, and I can't sleep. Either way, it slowly kills me. Either way, it's getting hard to breathe. Still suffocating and overcomplicating it while I slip out of consciousness. Have I hit rock bottom yet? Cause I'm just here to kill the vibe. With all the messy shit inside of my head, maybe I won't try to hide. I don't know if you could handle it. I don't wanna live, but I don't wanna die. And I've said it to myself like a million times. Nothing makes sense what I feel inside, but I think I got it in me for just one more night. I'm not saying